Welcome back to another book club scope. Today we are talking about chapter 9 of The 5 a.m. Miracle by Jeff Sanders. And this book is about dominating your day before breakfast. So welcome. I am so glad to have you all here. Yay, you got on! Okay. Today we're going to be talking about chapter 9 from the 5 a.m. Miracle. And Stacy says that I need to tell everyone that I was on his podcast. I was on his podcast earlier this week. It was kind of, to be really honest, it was one of those podcast interviews that I feel like I kind of bombed it. So I wanted, I don't know, sometimes I just have these interviews where I feel like it's just not, I don't know, I was just not really on point. And so yeah, the trolls log on early. I think they're just waiting there to get on. Where can we listen? I think it's called the 5 a.m. Miracle Podcast. That's terrible. Stacy, do you know? Yeah, the 5 a.m. Miracle Podcast. So I think if you just go onto iTunes, is that right? On your podcast app on your phone, that's what I always do, and I just search and I can search for it. You can also search for the 5 a.m. Miracle, and you should be able to find it online because he posted on his blog. So iTunes or Stitcher, you can tell that I am so techie about this stuff. This is why I don't have a podcast. Yay, you got to comment now. White couches. Yeah, we need to start a hashtag with white couches, and you can say what your white couch is. If you missed the last scope, we talked about that. Okay. So, tech dumb like you. Yeah, the trolls are off the hook today. They'll be better tomorrow. We just have to have one day where it's just a hot mess, and then they're better. I kind of want to just turn the scope on and just let them all come on, and then I'll just block them all. But I do go into my the followers, and you can block them. But I think yesterday I got like 9,000 new followers, and I have a life to live, and I can't just go spend a lot of time going through my followers and blocking them, and my team is busy too. So anyway, so today we're going to be talking about chapter 9 of the 5 a.m. Miracle. We're going to finish this book tomorrow and then hopefully start a new book next week. I will let you know. I'm still trying to decide. I think I know, but I'm still trying to decide. So this chapter was on tracking bold progress, and it was how to monitor, measure, and manage your ambitious life. And what I loved about this chapter is that he talked about having a weekly review. And I thought this was a really powerful idea of writing down kind of your big goals or the habits that you want to work on. And then he has this daily rituals and habits tracker, if you can see. And so he has the different daily habits and rituals that he wants to work on. And then he has every day of the week here, and he's marking down how he did. And I thought that was a really good idea, because I am the kind of person that would really motivate me. If I had a little checklist right on my bathroom mirror, and I was every day having to check off those things, that would really motivate me. And then he talked about at the end of the week to look through and see how you did and to do a weekly review. And then he has another checklist. See if you can see this, with the wins and accomplishments. My lighting is very professional. It's 2 windows to the outside. So if the light is good outside, it can look good. And if the light is bad outside, it looks bad. So anyway, there's my secret. So it has a weekly review where you do your wins and your accomplishments and your losses and your fixes. And I thought that was really good, because I need to stop and look at the week and say, what did I do well? What did I do poorly? And how can I improve? If we don't ever take the time to stop and see how we're doing and assess our situation and assess our wins and losses. How are we ever going to improve? So I thought that this weekly review idea was really good, and I thought that the spreadsheets that he has in here were really good. And the other thing that he mentions was having an accountability partner that you have a weekly accountability meeting with. And he said to go over your wins and accomplishments. And he said to ask each other, what 3 things went really well last week? What are you proud of? Did anything new and surprising happen? Losses, what did not go well? Where did you drop the ball? What goals did you fail to achieve? Fixes, how will you correct the problems from last week? Specifically, what do you plan to do this week to make sure the problems do not return? Aha moments, what brilliant insights did you come across? What new ideas are you excited about? Did you find anything inspirational or reflective while reading, attending a seminar, or talking to a friend? Goals for the week. What are your top 3 goals for next week? What are you willing to commit to achieving? Personal development materials. How will you enrich yourself this week? What books are you reading? What workshops are you attending? What audio programs, podcasts, or audiobooks will you be listening to? And skills to practice. How will you get better at what you do? What skill sets are you sharpening? What new skills will you be developing? Now that's a lot. That's a lot to go over, and I'm thinking, if you're a mom and you have all these little kids, you are not going to be able to do all these different things. But thinking about, could you find someone to be your accountability partner that you could check in with? And maybe you say, you each are going to pick 2 goals, and then you're going to say, how was the past week? How are you sharpening your mind? And what do you want to do this next week? Keep it simple, but something like that where you have that weekly review and that check-in, I thought it was really good. And I personally haven't done it, but I was showing my husband and we were talking about how maybe we could incorporate something like that into our life. So this is, for those of you who asked, this is from the 5 a.m. Miracle by Jeff Sanders. And that was from chapter 9. Tomorrow we'll do chapter 10 and then we'll be done. And we're going to start a new book. And I will let you know what book that is. If you have a suggestion, you can tweet at me. I'm at MoneySavingMom on Twitter, and I am happy to take your suggestions. If you have a suggestion, I have an idea, but I'm going to decide for sure today, and I'll let you know. So anyway, have a wonderful, yes, I'll scope the new book. I will let you know when I decide for sure. I just don't want to commit to something until I'm really sure that it's going to be very beneficial for all of us. So I'm going to decide today. It's on my to-do list. So have a great day, and I will talk to you later.